never give up. See, one of the things that helps is to be intellectually very arrogant. And when people would turn me down, I would just think they were stupid. And you know, or conversely, that I wasn't convincing them properly, or that I was, you know, not being articulate enough. I think in Steve Jobs, people used to call that his reality distortion field. And it works. And what you do, you really have to know your product, and you have to go around to your neighbors, and you kind of get a feeling, hey, is this a good deal, and do people want it? And when the answer comes back yes, the fact that a channel is messed up, that just says you've got to go outside the channel and do it a different way. Never even a possible, it didn't even twinkle in my mind that I didn't have a great product and that I would give up. That's unthinkable.
But there is a evil dark side to that, which is also you got to know like who you are. Am I big? Am I middle? Do I aspire to be big? Am I little? But I think I have a plan. And you know, there's a lot of great business opportunities that I think get overlooked that probably don't need venture financing. This
is really, really good advice, because there are so many products that are masquerading as a company, you know,
right.
And you can tell just kind of by looking at it. You say, you know, where's this going to go after that? And are you just doing market research for the big guys?
Well, I mean, I can tell you that it's the same idea as jet setting. You know, it's nice on paper. There's nothing fun about taking a plane back and forth doing different places. And entrepreneurship is 99% effort. So if you're not completely into your business, convinced by what you're doing, and ready to work 24/7, it's just never going to happen. Way many more disappointments and frustrations than moments like what you see in a social network. So yes, there's a glamorous aspect that people from the outside have about being an entrepreneur and what it means. My sense is that as soon as you get acquainted with the reality of it, you just realize quickly it's a different world.
Startups or building companies, there's a lot of sacrifice. I mean, Flipboard, they didn't come to the party last night because they're in the middle of shipping, and they're announcing in Paris, but he's flying to Paris, getting off the plane, doing the speech, and then flying back. This is a guy who sold a company for $800 million, and I'm sure would enjoy going to the dinners and hanging out with us in Paris and going and seeing Paris. There's a lot of sacrifice, even for somebody at that level, right?
Not just that. I mean, the number of all-nighters that I've spent in my life, when I could have really been on the beach somewhere, but somehow, damn it, you got to, I mean, the trade show's going to come, and the product's not ready, and if we do it, we can do it. We can make it happen. Number of times I saw Steve Jobs and Wozniak asleep under their desk when they were working at Atari. I mean, these guys, you know, had drive. And
Woz told me he would have done Breakout for free.
Well, you know.
He said he helped do that game in, a weekend and got mono, but he said, I would have done it for free.
And he did such a good job on it. Oh, man. That's another story. But the thing about people, a lot of people just aren't willing to do all-nighters, except maybe playing Warcraft. And I think that one of the brilliant, wonderful things about entrepreneurship is you feel like if you pull a few all-nighters, it's going to really make a difference. And a lot of times it does. I know that Wozniak has done several things in which he pulls, 3 all-nighters in a row and comes up with this brilliant stuff. I don't know how he does it, but and I'm sure that was very instrumental in the early days of the success of Apple II, because we had the Atari 800, across, and all of a sudden they were doing some neat stuff.
But there's a sort of an interesting twist on it, when I'm sure you've experienced this too. Yeah, I guess I probably worked my butt off, but like it doesn't feel like it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I literally have been at this for like a week, and this new company we formed in 2 weeks. And my buddy was like, you know, how's it going? Are you working crazy hours? I'm like, no, I'm not working crazy hours at all. Like yesterday, and I thought to myself, oh God, I started work at 9 o'clock, and I finished at 10 o'clock at night. Like, but it doesn't feel like that, you know, because it's just, you're doing this thing, and you talk to that guy, da, 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 da. It's energizing and fun.
There's actually some science behind that. I don't know if you guys have watched the TED Talk by Makahi Chichimaihe on flow.
No.
I can't say his name. Nobody can. But just look up flow on web. And he talks about the state of flow in which you are being challenged at the maximum of your capability, but not further than. And it turns out that you are the most happy
Yes.
on all things when you are having that challenge.
Yeah, running at 100.
Running at 100. And what we try to do in designing video games is get kids into that zone. And, you know, that's why, you know, games are built the way they are, to where they're just hard enough to where you just, and boom, and then you have to start over again. Then you get a little further. And that's, and all the time you're there, you're in the state of flow. And you're happy.
Thank you very much. That was great.